Hi friends, let's do yoga. Come to sit in a comfortable seat for you. Press through the four corners of your feet. 2 in the top, 2 in the heel, both feet. Bring your knees in line with your hips. Bring your heels in line with your knees. And let's warm those hands. Warm them up, warm them up, warm them up. Are they warm yet? And cup your hands over your ears. This helps us find calm. Slow, steady breathing. Two more breaths in and out. In and out. In and out. That was 3, wasn't it? Bring your hands to your heart center, spread your fingers wide, press your palms together and let your elbows move away from each other. Let your thumbs feel your heartbeat for a moment. Reach way high up to the sky, catch what you need to make a wish come true. A wish for healing, a wish for happiness, a wish for healthiness, and bring all of that shooting stardust down. Drink it up if you like. Place it in your heart for safekeeping and shake it all out and tap it in all good, healthy wishes into the tops and the bottoms, the fronts and the backs, the insides and the outsides. Even find your sitting bones, your low back, your middle back, the top of your back and your shoulder and your neck, and both sides of your arms. Remember your underarms and your heart center. All good, healthy wishes for your body and your mind and your breathing. Slow, steady in breath. Slow, steady out breath. It's a little chilly in here, so I have my shawl. But if you can, bring one thumb, doesn't matter which one, just to that little apple in your neck and move underneath. Feel the vibration of your breathing with your thumb pressing in. Don't hurt yourself. Press enough just to feel vibration. And that's your Ujjayi breath. That's the breath we want to use in yoga. While we're here, let's do our set for being enchantingly beautiful or handsome, whichever you prefer. So the first part is, if you can, sit on your heels. That's tricky in a chair, isn't it? But I'm going to show you how it works. And if you want to sit on the floor on your heels, you may. And if sitting on your heels just doesn't work, keep your feet down and all will be fine. So you could, I have a nice cushion on my chair. Sit on your knees and come down onto your heels. And it actually works for me on this chair, but please don't fall off your chair. And we'll do lioness or lion flex with the spine. So when you breathe in, it's a bit of cow spine, and when you breathe out, it's a bit of cat spine. So you're lengthening and then you're rounding. And the idea is that we're keeping our spine useful because we're giving it flexibility. We're supporting its flexibility as we breathe in and we breathe out. Keep breathing. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep breathing. And next time you breathe in, lengthen the spine, and we'll stay here on the heels as long as your knees are happy. If your knees are not happy, come back down to sitting on your chair. And we'll bring our hands to Venus lock. We've been practicing this for a while now. Your fingers interlace. One thumb presses the webbing between index finger and thumb, and the other thumb presses the mound. And you can switch it up if one way feels better to you, or more natural to you, or more balanced to you. And your hands come behind you, and you lift your arms as you can, gazing forward. Maybe give those elbows a tiny bend, breathing in, breathing out. Letting the corners of your mouth turn up for a little smile if you can. Knowing that when we do so, the message to our brain is a good one. The message to our brain is all is well. Three more breaths here. And finally bringing your hands forward, and we'll bring the legs back, the feet back down, and the legs in front of you. And for this part, some of us know this as boat pose or Navasana. You could hold on to your chair. If you have room, you could even bring your hands behind you. I'll show you what it looks like from the side. And you can practice lifting one foot up and then the other. You could slide back a bit and practice lifting both feet up. So we have lots of options here to make it work and to keep you on your chair. You can also do this from the floor if you'd like. Let me see. From the side, you might have space for your hands again to press down on the chair behind you and lift one foot up and then the other. And you get the idea, we're using our belly muscles when we do this. Or maybe you'll hold onto the chair and see if you'll lift both feet up. You can row your boat and sing merrily, 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 life is but a dream. You might hold on to your legs. It's a good challenge. Maybe you'll point through your toes. Keep breathing. Finally, exhale and let your feet come down and press your hands down and find that beautiful long spine again. Slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. For the next part, you have the same options. You can hold onto your chair. You might bring your hands behind you, and this time, maybe you'll lift one knee up. Maybe you'll lift the other knee up. We want to keep the spine long and the front body active, so you're breathing the whole time rather than rounding the spine. And so you can lift one knee and then the other knee, or maybe you'll lift both knees up, and then we do something called breath of fire. You breathe in through your nose and then out through your nose like a dragon. Some people call it dragon's breath. And it's a short breath, and it's a soft pump from your navel center or your belly button. So breathe in and let's try. Slow, steady exhale, release your feet. Have a seat. Breathe. We're almost done with the set. Last part. Let's breathe our arms long. Palms up to the sky, and we'll breathe our hands down to the toes if possible. If not, find your hands to your knees. So we always have choices to make good decisions for our own bodies. If you're able to reach down to your toes, you might lift your toes up and press your fingertips into your toe tips and keep your spine long instead of rounded. So lift your head and heart, and we'll breathe in. And on the out breath, we'll sing H-U-M, home. If you'd like to join in, you may. You're always welcome to listen. And of course, you could mentally recite this in your own mind. Home. 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 Slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. Let's bring hands to the knees and come on back up. Now that you're enchantingly beautiful, we'll do a practice a hand placement to be innocently charming. And y'all be a mirror for a moment. Your left hand makes a fist with your thumb on top, and the other hand comes and cups it. You have two thumbs on top and the base of your palms together, and this comes up in front of your chin. Your thumbs bend and they're lifted up off of your fingers a bit. We breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, aiming to that spot between your thumbs. Keep your hands as they are. I'm going to switch mine for me. Three more. And release your hands to rest for a moment. Slow, steady inhale. Slow, steady exhale. And then pressing hands into legs, bring your feet a little closer to you, and we'll come to stand to do our sun salutation. The chair can come in front of you, and we'll practice a mountain pose. So when you breathe in, you could lift your hands out and then up overhead, fingers interlace, palms to sky, and then you could see about lifting your heels up and finding your balance. Look to something that doesn't move, breathe, and then come back down. Now, if that's a bit much, hold on to the chair, or you can always hold on to the wall, and when you breathe in, lift your heels up. And keep your hands holding on to something so you feel steady. Keep breathing, keep gazing softly. And exhale, release your feet. Let's do one more. Inhaling, arms out and up. Fingers interlace, palms to sky. Exhaling, heels up. release your hands and your feet. That was mountain pose, Tadasana. Let's work on chair pose. So we'll hold on to the chair to make a chair with our body. Your feet step back, your knees bend, and then you can hold the chair, or you might practice lifting one hand and then the other. How do your knees feel? Do you need to press into your feet a little more and lift up through the inner edges of your knees, and then maybe your knees will feel a little better? Maybe you'll lift both hands. Remember, you're looking to that spot that doesn't move to help you find balance. And then we'll come to stand, and we'll practice 2 more chair positions. So this time, when you breathe in, fingers interlace overhead, palms press up, and maybe here, you'll keep your arms long and then bend your knees and find chair pose. We call it Ardha Utkatasana in Sanskrit. You're always welcome to bring your hands forward. You're always welcome to hold on to the chair. And then breathe in and come up. We'll do 1 more. Which do you prefer? Will you hold the chair? Will you bring your arms up? Are you breathing? Check and see if your toes are pointing straight ahead. Are your 2nd and 3rd toe in line with your heel? And finally come up to stand. Now we'll move on to our downward facing dog with the chair. You can hold the back of the chair, your feet step away, your legs come long, your spine comes long. You might give your knees a tiny bend, and you let your ears rest near your upper arms. Breathe in and lift up and stand up and walk to the chair. We're doing 3 in a row. So when you're ready, the other foot steps back. If you can remember, let the other foot step back so both sides of the body can take turns when possible, stepping back and then lengthening and breathing. On your inhale, lift your head and heart, walk to the chair, and we have 1 more. Breathing in, breathing out. Other foot steps back first. Puppy dog. In Sanskrit, we call downward facing dog Adho Mukha Svanasana. And that's an ancient language that comes from India, or what we now know as India, to give us our yoga practice. When you breathe in, start to lift your head and heart, walk to the chair, and we're going to turn the chair around to do a little sun salutation work as well. If you need help, ask for help. You know you can bend your knees and then turn the chair so the seat faces where you're going to stand. So now I have the seat facing me, and I'm going to find a high plank. Hold on to the outside of the chair. Step your feet back, the seat of the chair that is. Bring your hips forward, Bring your gaze forward again to that spot that doesn't move to help you find balance. Push back through your heels. High plank has us preparing or moving into the bit of chaturanga that we do in our sun salutation. And then if you like, you can take it back to a half forward fold. So we'll move a little lower than the puppy dog you just did. My hands are on the seat of the chair. You could even bring your forearms down if you want to go lower. And you could even rest your forehead. If that's too low, press into your hands and lift your head. And then see about releasing your ears near your arms. Give your knees a tiny bend. Slow, steady breathing. Breathe in and lift up, and we'll take the other foot back for high plank. The plank is growing us good and strong. The chaturanga, some people say, is like a yoga push-up. And some people say it's not a push-up at all. It's a little similar. And the plank grows our arms and our upper body good and strong for that. Notice my hips are up and I'm pushing back through the heels. Keep breathing. And now your hips move back, your feet step forward, and you find that half forward fold again. Half, ardha, forward fold, uttanasana. Breathing in, lift your head and heart. One last plank pose. Oh, let me see. This foot needs to step back. Then the other foot. Your heels lift, your hips move forward, your shoulders and your wrists are in line, and you're gazing forward. Slow, steady breathing. Back we go to our half forward fold. Notice if you can feel the breathing in the back of your heart. Breathing in, we're going to try a challenging pose. Hands hold the outer edge of your chair. Feet step back, and now we'll bring our hips forward, and this is cobra pose. If your back hurts, press your hips back and come out. My shoulders are above my wrists, my elbows have a tiny bend, and I'm gazing forward, breathing in, breathing out. Push down to lift your hips up and push back, walk your feet forward and take a little rest. Now I'm going to see about my forearms and my forehead moving to the chair. Second cobra pose. We call it Bhujangasana, stepping the feet back, bringing your hips forward, and opening your heart center. Even here, my knees are doing a little pulling in and up, and that actually feels much better for my hips and my back when I do that. My legs are really strong, my arms are strong, and my hips are leaning forward a bit. Press down, lift up, take it back, and let's see if your forehead will rest on the chair. Keep breathing. Hips moving forward. Legs are good and strong. Arms are active. Your heart center is opening. And of course, you're breathing. Remember that Ujjayi breath we spoke about in the beginning. Pressing down, lifting up. Last forward fold, we'll let the arms and the forehead rest if possible. And then lifting your head and your heart, walking your feet to the chair. You can walk your hands up the chair. You might walk your hands to your hips, and we'll come back to finding our seat in the chair. So you can remember, bend your knees, ask for help if you need, and we'll have a seat for a song to close our practice today. Let's celebrate happy spring with that sunshine that returned for the last half of our day. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. One more. May the long time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Guide your way on. Guide your way on. Bringing hands to your heart center. Thank you, friends, for doing a bit of yoga with me. Take good care. Remember, it's a practice. There's no finish line. We practice for as long as we need. And for most of us, that's for as long as we're here. Sat Nam for truth. Namaste for seeing the light and the goodness in each and every one of us and honoring that light and that goodness sparkling like a star. Take good care. See you next time.